expert 4, almost expert 5. We trying to grind our way to masters and see if we can reach masters in Pokemon Unite. But as of right now, as a MOBA player, I used to play Smite. So as a MOBA player and as someone who understands what makes certain Pokemon, or well, what makes certain characters good in a MOBA, what makes them bad, I have a really good idea of who is good and who's not. Starting off, we're going to start with who I believe is the best Pokemon in the game right now. And no, it's not Zera Aura. No, it's not Gengar. No, it's not Snorlax. It's Lucario. Lucario is hands down the best Pokemon in the game. And let me just go over why. Alright, so he has a good early game. He gets Quick Attack and he gets Meteor Mash. So he gets movement on top of a damaging move in Meteor Mash that also has a knockback. So he has CC, and for those who don't know what CC means, it just means crowd control. So anything like stuns, slows, knockups, things of that nature are CCs. So he has a CC as far as his knockback on Meteor Mash goes. He has a CC in his basic attacks, in his autos. On a third hit, he gets a knockup. So that's another form of CC. When he gets to level 5 and gets Power Up Punch, you can choose from Power Up Punch or Extreme Speed. If you choose Power Up Punch, he gets like a knockback on that as well. So that can push like people out of position, and it also interrupts some moves. And as well, if you get Bone Rush or Close Combat, both of those knock back as well, and Bone Rush actually has a stun to it. So incredible Pokemon. He doesn't need much to get to where he needs to. He doesn't struggle early game, and he gets explosive extremely fast. He gets Power Up Punch at level 5, and he gets the option to get Bone Rush or Close Combat at level 7. So he doesn't need much as far as like some of the other people down here. Like they need a little bit more time to get where they need to get to. He's fantastic in jungle, can go top lane, bottom lane, jungle, be an offensive support character for your carry. He can literally do it all. There is no downsides. The only downside you can say is that his ult is just meh because it's easy to avoid. But even that is not even enough to really harm him as having the reputation of best Pokemon in the game. Continuing on, a character that I feel like is overrated and overvalued right now is Zera Aura. Zera Aura is A. He does not belong up here. I will tell you now, Zera Aura is a A. He is a solid character, a solid Pokemon, but he is not the best Pokemon in the game. He's not close to being the best Pokemon in the game. He is a solid A tier. People struggle with Zera Aura because they let Zera Aura do dumb shit. I'ma just say it. They let him do dumb shit. They let him dive in the back line and blow up your damage dealing characters like Cinderace, like Ninetales. They let him dive in the back line and blow up your characters for free without like stunning him or just pushing him away. If you CC him and stop him from doing the shit he wants to do, he will lose. He will die. He can't just 1v5 a team. He can't like 1v3 a team. Like if you focus him when he tries to like dive into the backline, he gets blown up. Zera Aura players really have to be careful on how they engage certain situations, because if they get stunned, knocked up one good time, it is most likely wraps for them as long as the other team just focuses them once he gets like stunned or whatever. So don't get me, also his game, he takes a little bit longer to get online than like Lucario. Again, Lucario gets Power Up Punch at 5, then he gets Bone Rush, he gets his second move at level 7. Zera Aura doesn't get Volt Switch or Spark until level 6. And then he doesn't get his other move until level 8. which means it takes him longer to get to where he needs to get to. And before level 6, you have agility and you have slash, which slash is pretty good. It has a knock up in it. It does do a good amount of damage. Agility doesn't offer much damage. It does offer an attack speed steroid though. So he gets more attack speed, but other than that, meh, it's really lackluster compared to like someone like Lucario, who has like great gank potential out the jungle as soon as he hits level 5, and actually has good gank potential before he hits level 5, because he still has Meteor Mash that has pushback, and quick attack actually does damage versus agility. And also another thing about Lucario, he has a passive that gives him a shield when he's low on health. There's just so much about Lucario, why he's the best player in the game. Jeez, there's just so much. Like his kid is just insane. Let's see. Let's go down the list. Someone who I feel like is a solid B tier character, Charizard. Charizard is good. He's not great, right? I feel like if you have a team that has a lot of team fight potential, he can shine, because what Charizard does excel at is team fights. Fire Blast is an incredible team type, like team type like move, or a team fight move. His ultimate is probably one of the better team fight ultimates in the game. Next to probably like Zera Aura. Zera Aura probably has like one of the best team fight ultimates in the game, honestly. Just hitting multiple targets, stunning them. Fantastic ultimate. But Charizard flying in the air, just raining fire on everyone, then picking someone up, taking that person out of the fight, dropping them on their head and doing even more damage. Fantastic. But where he struggles is that some of his other moves are lackluster. Fire Punch is decent. I feel like I personally, when I play Charizard, I go Fire Punch, Fire Blast. Fire Punch mainly for the dash, because like if you don't use Fire Punch, you don't have like any other form of mobility, and that's where Charizard struggles. A lot of characters, like without Fire Punch, he has like no mobility, so he gets blown up for free. Like if a Zera Aura dives him, or if Lucario dives him, like if someone dives him, he just gets blown the fuck up, and it's just nothing he can really do about it. Fire Punch just gives him a little bit of hope of getting away, so that's one of his weaknesses he got going on. Not a lot of like CC in his kit outside of the Seismic Tall Slam, even though I will say he gets his Unite move incredibly fast, which is also a really good thing, because you could just spam that ult on cooldown. I feel like if he were to get buffs like in damage or anything, he can easily be up here, but for right now he's just a solid B. And now working our way down to C. Someone that I feel like is a solid C tier is Boom. I just don't feel like early game Bulbasaur is good, right? Early game Bulbasaur is good, but late game falls off incredibly fast. Like to the point where I be forgetting that a Venusaur is even on the other team until I see him show up. Like, yeah, Solar Beam does damage. Yeah, he has damaging moves, but compared to the other attackers like Greninja, Cinderace, especially like when you talk about the ranged attackers, so like Greninja, Cinderace, Cramorant, like he just doesn't compare to those characters, honestly. And it's actually, in my opinion, is the worst ranged attacker in the game right now, and definitely needs to look at like a buff in his kit somewhere, some shape or form, because his damage just falls off too hard for some reason, and I don't understand why. Going back up to S, let's go. You know what? Nah, let's go. We went from top to bottom. Let's go from bottom back up to top. Boom. Someone who's joining them in C tier, Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, another character that is very lackluster, especially compared to the other supports in the game. Yeah, he has the pushback and he can set up walls and all this, but there's other people that has walls, that has barricades, that are just way better than what Mr. Mime does. doesn't really offer anything to your team. The ultimate's lackluster. There's literally Mr. Mime, like Mr. Mime's job is outclassed by so many people in this game. His wall setup is outclassed by Ninetales. Like, Ninetales can set up better walls than fucking Mr. Mime. And she has slows, she has knockbacks. We'll get to Ninetales in a minute. But she has everything, and why play Mr. Mime? You could play almost like support Ninetales and actually have damage and actually do stuff. And then there's other characters like Crustle, like fucking like Slowbro, that just, all of these characters, even Wigglytuff is better. So like it's just like, why bother running this character here, honestly, when their job is just outclassed by so many other people. Let's speed things along here though. Let's see, working our way back up, B tier character, Talonflame. Talonflame is another person that I feel like is just extremely lackluster when it comes to the jungle position. He has good damage, he has mobility, he has things going in his kit for him, but I feel like at the end of the day, like, he doesn't have as much damage as Zera Aura, Lucario, Gengar, wherever Gengar is, Absol, like these people that's going to be in the jungle constantly. He doesn't compare in damage. He doesn't, his CC, like he has like CC in the ult, like his ult knocks you back, and there's like a couple other things. So like his gank potential is kind of meh too. Like, and it's not like he has like a terrible time getting to Talonflame. It's just like everything else about him is lackluster, and the only reason why you run him is speed, and Gengar literally has the same passive to get extra movement speed, so outclassed in that category as well. Talking about an A tier character, let's Cramorant, I feel like is like bottom of, he's either at the top of B or bottom of A. He is an extremely good underrated character. He has crazy damage. He has a knock up. He has like a knock up in the wind move that can knock you up and have other people set up for damage. And that's a form of peel for himself. So if someone dives him, he can knock them up and get them off him. Like, he's actually an incredibly underrated character. His ult is just like a fucking machine gun and just hits everyone in this big AoE circle thing, just keeps shooting out shots. He's very slept on, in my opinion. Back up to S, Snorlax. Snorlax obviously has 1,000,001 CCs, has a knock up. He can use block to push people off objectives or push people off like his damage dealers or anyone that's in trouble. Hard to kill, has a lot of health, tanky as hell, can heal himself. Got a lot of things going for him as far as like what makes an incredibly good character. Even as Lucario, someone who has damage like Lucario, like Zera Aura, like Absol, like Gengar, like it's sometimes hard as hell to kill a Snorlax if they don't want to die. Like if they're really just playing like they're supposed to, it's incredibly hard to kill a Snorlax, especially if even one other person is around them. So S tier for sure. Let's see, now we're just going to kind of skip around here. Machamp. Hey. Machamp is extremely good, and we're going to put him above Cramorant. But Machamp is extremely good. Has damage, has CC. The submission grapple puts you like severely out of place in certain scenarios and sets you up for pretty much death. Like submission into like close combat or whatever the move is where he does the multiple punches and pushes you back, like incredibly just pushing you all out of position and fucking you up for an entire team fight. Machamp is, and then a fed Machamp is literally just washing your entire team, and there's nothing you can do about it. So definitely A for sure. Let's see another character. Wigglytuff is like a B. Wigglytuff has good team fight potential with Sing, has like actually surprisingly good damage with like the double slaps like early game. Like I was getting like pieced up by Wigglytuff like at first as a Lucario because they just kept singing and double slapping me, and I'm like, yo, this hurts. Actually has surprising damage. I feel like it's a slept on character. Some of the B tier picks I feel like are like really slept on characters. And like Wigglytuff with Sing, like the Sing aura that she does around her, anyone that's in that aura after a certain amount of time gets put to sleep, just setting up for incredible team fight potential. Actually a really good support, can actually help your carries get fed and like set your carries up for kills pretty well. So definitely has to go up there. Let's see. These two are the only ones that I feel like in C. So if y'all expecting someone else in C, no one else is in C. These two are just god awful. Let's see. Slowbro, oops. A. I just feel like Slowbro's incredibly good. He's not quite as busted as Snorlax, but he's incredibly good. Telekinesis, knocking people, like holding people in the air so everyone can do damage to him. Surf having incredible knockback. The ult again, which is just upgraded telekinesis, but now he's doing damage to you and getting shield. Like incredibly hard to kill, incredibly good, has incredibly good CCs and stuff. Like fills the role of a tank. Not as well as Snorlax, but just right behind him. Like just right behind him in the tank category. Let's see. Crustle is B. I feel like while Crustle is really good, he's not quite on the level of Slowbro, and he's definitely not on the level of Snorlax. But he does have a lot of things going for him. The wall setup, like him setting up like the rock walls to block people off or try to keep people out, definitely is good. A little bit better than Mr. Mimes in my opinion. He has Fury Cutter that has like crazy knockback because it hits you multiple times. Like he's definitely good. He can go Shell Smash to like really hunt people down at the cost of some defenses, but you know, really good. Just as far as like a tank role, like he seems like he really wants to be like a damage dealer in some rates and then like a tank in others. So it'd be weird at times, but he's still a very good, like I still wouldn't bat an eye to have a Crustle on my team as like a defense character, because he's still within his own right really hard to kill because he has the movement, Shell Smash and all that, and he has good CC. So B tier character, not down here, definitely doesn't deserve down here, but not quite here yet. Maybe after maybe like a buff or two he can be up there. Let's see. Pikachu A. Pikachu is incredibly good. Early game is oppressive as hell with electro webs. Like has an oppressive early game with any good support that has like CC, like Slowbro, like Snorlax, Slowbro, any of them. Pikachu's incredibly good, and actually. Incredibly good, like just fantastic as a character. Honestly, there's no downsides to having Pikachu. Has great damage, has mobility somewhat, has CC like early game. Just no reason not to play Pikachu, honestly. Of course they have to make the mascot good. Let's see. Ninetales S. Ninetales is incredibly good as a damage dealer. Has CC, so it's hard for a lot of the characters that want to kill Ninetales to kill Ninetales. Lucario, who wants to dive the backline and get to Ninetales, hard for him to do that. Zera Aura, hard for him to do that. Talonflame, any of the people whose job is to take out the carry and take out the damage dealer, it is incredibly hard for them to do that because all of the knockbacks, the freezes, all of that is just incredibly hard to deal with, especially coupled with any support that's also going to make sure that Ninetales is protected. Just like Ninetales plus like Snorlax is like one of the best lanes in my opinion, because like how do you kill Ninetales and Snorlax? It's just really impressive. Let's see, Greninja B tier. And Greninja could possibly be an A tier, like if a couple of buffs, but one, I just feel like his kit doesn't like have enough going for it. There's definitely things going for it. Water Shuriken's a good move. Surf, like if you kill someone with Surf, it resets the cooldown, so you can use Surf again and potentially kill someone else. Then it resets the cooldown again, and you can go kill somebody else. But like, how often is those type of scenarios going to happen? And when it comes to the world of ranged damage dealers, Pikachu is better, and there's some other characters that are better, like Cramorant is a little bit better in my opinion. Like Greninja is good, but not good enough in my opinion. Let's see. Whimsicott A. The only healer that we have in the game right now. Really, actually, I'm putting Whimsicott S right now until we get another healer that can like possibly take Whimsicott's space. Like Whimsicott offers a lot to the team. Offers heal, offers movement speed with the little wind carpet thing that she puts out. Ult has knockback and heal. Like, incredibly good character. Like Whimsicott and a Snorlax, like your team is not dying. If they play their roles like they're supposed to, these two characters together, incredible like support. Like honestly, I've seen a team where it's Snorlax, Ninetales, and Whimsicott, and it's like, and then they just had like Zera Aura and like Cinderace. Like, how do you even get to that team? Like, how do you kill that team? Like, very oppressive, like some team setups I've seen involving like Whimsicott Snorlax or Whimsicott Ninetales. Just incredibly good character. Maybe might drop down to A if we get a healer that can do Whimsicott's job better than Whimsicott, but as of right now, uncontested. And the final, let's see. Right now, Garchomp's A. I'm a value Garchomp at A because Garchomp's only downfall is that it takes so long for him to get online, because of course he evolves at level, I believe it's level 6 and level 10. I think it's 6 and 10, and that's just a long time. He evolves the Goodbye at level 6, he gets his second move at level 8, and then he evolves at level 10. And by then, like, sometimes the game is basically done if you're getting your ass handed to, or if you're whooping the other team's ass. But a fat Garchomp can definitely just wreck an entire team. So I'm still like, the explosive value he offers when he does get online does have to be considered. So I'm gonna put him at A. He's definitely one of the lower A's in my opinion, but he is definitely an A character. Gengar S tier. I feel like no one's surprised here. He has incredible damage, has like, even his early game is not that bad because he has Lick, which is like a pull. Like Lick pulls like enemies towards you. So he has like pretty decent gank potential. Hit someone with Lick and all your other people that you're helping like to gank their lane just follows up with their damaging moves and boom. And it doesn't really take a lot. Like Sludge Bomb, Hex is incredibly good. Just blows people up, takes people out the fight for free, has movement speed in his passive, so he's one of the faster characters in the game. It's incredibly hard to kill him because he has great movement. Like, he deserves his spot here. Cinderace, A, above Cramorant. Above Garchomp, above Machamp, I'll put him right here. Cinderace, A, solid character, great damage, doesn't have too much of a problem getting to where he needs to as far as like mid and late game. Personally, I feel like Pyro Ball, like Faint and Flame Charge are both good, so either one of those. But Pyro Ball, I feel like, is definitely like the slightly better move to use because it can hit multiple people, unlike Blaze Kick. Like hitting multiple people with Pyro Ball is definitely good. It keeps them at a safe range too. So definitely one of the better characters. Can definitely just run house over an entire team. When he gets low on health, he gets an attack speed steroid. His third basic always is a boosted basic attack and deals extra damage. Incredible character. Finally, Absol. Hey. Incredible character. I'll put Absol like right here. Maybe Pikachu a little bit back. I think Pikachu's a bit overvalued. You know, right there. Right there. So Absol, incredible character, has incredible damage. One of the few characters that I feel like can reliably kill tanks. Like Gengar can reliably kill tanks as well. That's another reason why he's up here. But with the crits that she naturally has in her kit, she can blow up a Slowbro, blow up a Snorlax just for free. And that's incredibly valuable when these are like some of the harder characters to kill in the game and wear down. Her having like natural crit in her passive, like in her ability, like in her passive and on some of her abilities, just really helps get some of these tanks out the way. Her only problem really is that, similar to Zera Aura, if they get hit with one good CC, their movement doesn't quite make up for the fact that they can't get out, and they're extremely squishy, so they don't have any survivability moves that will help them, like maybe just tank that extra hit or two to live, unlike Lucario. Again, best character in the game. But if I had to order this, you can argue for this, like either of this, right? I feel like that's pretty much ordered. Let's see. Like I said, I'd either put Cramorant like right here or right here. Kind of feeling right here, honestly. Like top of, nah, he's just really good. That if like there was like a here, like a in between, like right here, that would be perfect. But we would put him at the back of A right now. Garchomp, yeah. Pikachu, yeah. Machamp, yeah. Cinderace, yeah. Again, you can argue like this if you want. But I feel like that's relatively ordered. B tier, relatively ordered. In my opinion, I think Charizard's better than Greninja, but that could be personal bias. I feel like Greninja's slightly better than Talonflame. Talonflame's definitely better than a Wigglytuff. Crustle is definitely better than Wigglytuff, though. Crustle is actually no. Crustle is definitely better than Talonflame. Wigglytuff is about on par with Talonflame. It really don't matter where you put these two. Both of these characters are lackluster, and you can argue with yourselves who belongs where. But this is relatively the tier list. One thing for sure, best character in the game. He's number one. But that will conclude the tier list. I am going to be doing more Pokemon Unite content on how to build your characters, what to look for as far as builds, just a general guide to approaching Pokemon Unite, as well as just MOBA basics in general and all that. So look forward to that content, and I will see you on the next one. Deuces.